with that deadline to file your taxes just around the corner, it's time to figure out which tax bracket you fall under. Joining me now for more is Dave Allred. He's the founder of Atlas Investment Management. And Chace Adams, he's the Chief Executive Officer there at Atlas Investment Management. Welcome to the show, you two.
Thank you so much.
Say the word taxes and people go, whew, okay. We're having a serious discussion because April is around the corner. What do we need to know right now when it comes to filing?
I think the key right now is to really pay attention to your tax return. So you're filing for 2023 here in 2024, so we're a little bit of a reactionary time. But what we really want to do is look at the details. People should be looking to see what tax bracket they fall into, if they itemized or if they took the standard deduction, and really pay attention to the details of their own tax return.
Yeah, why is it important to know what tax bracket you fall under?
Well, what's crazy is a lot of people will make decisions on where to invest their money, either in a 401k and have it deferred or have it be taxed up front. So if you think about what tax bracket you're in now versus where you'll be in the future, it's a huge advantage to know both of those.
I don't think I know. I don't think a lot of people out there know what bracket you're in. Chace, realistically, when should we start working on our taxes and think about our taxes?
So right now we're looking at 2023 taxes. It's hard to really adjust anything for 2023.
It's done.
As we're in 2024, get them done as soon as you can. Like Dave said, we want to learn about it, and then we want to go proactively into 2024 and plan so 2024 we can maximize our opportunities.
Okay, you two, things our viewers need to know to maximize their opportunities for next year would be what?
Mostly, like I said, know where you fall this year, because your income's pretty consistent year to year as far as your earned income. But then you can start looking at your overall investment portfolio, how you're saving your money in your employer-sponsored plans. So there's really a lot of things you can adjust throughout the year. In fact, one thing we talk to people about is when they're meeting with their tax professional or when they're having their taxes delivered, set up an appointment to go in and meet with them sometime in October or November so they can do a proactive appointment before the end of the year.
I think that's such a good idea because you're right. If you meet now, it's too late for last year. Now you're just getting it done. But that helps you start thinking about the year to come. Talk about investments and how those relate to taxes as well.
Yeah, the investment, as Dave mentioned before, if you understand your tax bracket, you can determine if it makes sense to put dollars into your Roth 401k or contribute to a Roth IRA or continue to defer in your traditional 401k option. If you understand where you're at, you'll have the ability to proactively plan for those long-term goals.
Dave, I think the bottom line is this is not a one-size-fits-all. If your neighbor does it this way or your friend does it this way, your taxes are totally different.
It's exactly the way it is. You need to know your tax return personally. Look to see how income comes to you. You may be self-employed and your neighbor may be a W-2 employee. So knowing how it affects you, knowing how your investments impact your tax plan, it all comes into one, but it's very personal.
Chace, typically does someone need help when it comes to navigating all of this?
There are a few people that do an excellent job doing it by themselves. The benefit of having someone to help you is there's a sounding board. Right? We're not all experts in all things, so it's nice to have someone you can rely on to help guide you along the path.
What makes Atlas Investment Management different?
I think personal relationships is the first thing. We build a relationship with our clients. We learn about their incomes and their lifestyle and also about their investment portfolio. We make sure all of that matches up.
You two, what's the number one question you get when people come in? Because often when you talk money, you get the eyes that glaze over, and you don't know a lot about your own investments.
I think it's crucial that people know what they own.
Yeah, part of knowing what you own really gives you the opportunity to control your outcome. Yes, investments are going to go up and down, but if you have your investments aligned with your goals and who you are as a person, then the ride's a little bit easier to take.
Are there fees associated with using an advisor?
Yes. In fact, we think people should really ask in-depth questions because whether you're working with your tax professional or your financial advisor, they'll disclose their advisor fees, but you really ought to dig a little bit deeper and know what other costs are attached to that. Are there platform fees or third-party money management fees or mutual fund fees, all these different types of things. So how big does that stack up? We always like to ask people, how much is your all-in cost?
All right, if you have questions, Atlas Investment Management has the answers, everybody. For all the information, go to your screen and take a peek. They're also on social media, YouTube, and now a link on our website at abc4.com/GTU. Dave and Chace, thank you so much.
Thank you for having
coming
us.
by the